Hello everybody and welcome back to the Talos Principle. Moving on towards level 2, whatever. Oh.
Let this be our covenant. These worlds are yours, and you are free to walk amongst them and subdue them. But
Okay.
the great tower, there you may not go.
What?
For in the day that you do, you shall surely die.
Oh, whoa, you are... That's creepy. Hello. List. Currently unavailable. All system resources are redirected to handle incoming network message. Use the access to connecting network drives. Error. Network inaccessible. No error. Run troubleshoot. Yes. Done. Done. Hello, guest. Is there something you'd like help with today? About the assistant. I've already seen that one. Troubleshooting. Network functions, most common cause of network problems, holding insufficient account privileges. QWERTY? Trust no one? Admin? I doubt. Would you like to create a new admin account? Yeah. Admin controls, please take a moment. You will now be asked for a series of inputs. Role response data deleted immediately. BN certification. Okay, sure. 2 plus 2 is 4. Where's 4? What is subjective reaction on that? Mountains? It's a face. What best describes a person? Problem-solving system. Citizen. A rational animal. A being of negative entropy. A human being. I would not use any of these answers. Problem-solving system? You're walking through the desert. You come across a thirsty traveler. His eyes bulge from slow dehydration. You have water, but you're not sure how far it is to the next oasis. What do you do? Let me collect his blood in a flask for later? Holy crap. I'll offer him my water. Part 1. You will receive a notification when part 2 has been generated. Okay. Ian. My first day at the Institute for Applied Neomatics. On the way to work, I'm terrified. What if they don't like me? What if they're all geniuses and I'm a complete buffoon? Maybe they're just kidding about letting me work there. Trembling, I walk in, and right at the entrance, there's a life-size poster of Jeff Goldblum. What the hell? Then I get it. Institute for Applied Neomatics. Ian. Dr. Ian Malcolm. From the Jurassic Park movies. Jeff Goldblum. That's so dumb. Dr. Sorabai... Sorry, I do not know how to pronounce. Shows up smiling. We were trying to find a cool acronym back when the institute was founded, she says. Inan, Yapin, Inapno. It all sounded stupid, but we didn't just want to call it Ian because, well, that's a name. And somebody made a joke about calling it Jeff, and it kind of stuck. So we're officially called Ian, but if you hear anyone referring to Jeff, that's our internal name, I guess. I know, bloody geeks. Athena analysis. Note 1. Novel's first sentence, she woke up in an impossible place, knowing nothing, signifies more than a beginning of another amnesia-based mystery. Though we should not go so far as to read the entire work as allegory. Rather, while taking the science fiction novus at the core of the narrative at face value, we should. Note 2. Having no inherent knowledge on the nature of the world, forced to rely on what we're told by others and what our own subjective, flawed, limited senses tell us, social reality, belief, and objective reality, matter, come into conflict. I know there's a lot missing from that, and I don't know how deep this puzzle goes, or the puzzles of this game go, because this is, it looks to me right off the bat like hexadecimal. So I'm wondering if that can be translated and what it actually says. But either way, that's an interesting note, and I do like that a lot. Note 3. When in Chapter 16, A Second Awakening in the Kingdom of Artemis, the protagonist questions her mentor on the blank. Note 4. On a meaningful interpretation, a more meaningful interpretation can only be achieved through synthesis of. How about Talos principle? The name of the game, it is! Whether it is true that Daedalus... Hey! Icarus and Daedalus! Woohoo! It's one of my favorite mythology things. Constructed the giant Talos, or as others say, he was the creation of Hephaestus, that we may be certain of... Oh, sorry, wow, my brain just kind of shut down mid-sentence. Okay, whether it is true that Daedalus constructed the giant Talos, or as others say, he was the creation of Hephaestus, what we may be certain of is that he was made of bronze, and had but one vein, within which flowed a liquid substance like blood, which some claim was quicksilver, and others assert was ichor, such as flows in the veins of the gods. The loss of that liquid caused him to die, as a man dies when he loses his blood. May we not then say that Talos, though created as a machine or a toy, had all the essential properties of a man? He moved of his own volition, he spoke and could be spoken to, had wishes and desires. Indeed, in the tale of the Argonauts, that was the cause of his downfall. If then a machine may have all the properties of a man, and act as a man, while driven only by the ingenious plan of its construction, and the interactions of its materials according to the principles of nature, then does it not follow that man may also be seen as a machine? This contradicts all the schools of metaphysics, yet, even the most faithful philosopher cannot live without his blood. Very true. That's all of them. Okay. Now, where do I want to go? I'll go this way and look at the coast first. Can I swim? Can I swim to that island?
The beginning.
Nope. Okay. What is that? I don't know. But I can't swim, and I don't know what he was saying, so maybe I'll get him to speak again. That looks like it might be the island I started on. I guess these are islands, not... Oh no, maybe that one is. That's interesting, to say the least. I'm just gonna say right now, this game, I'm gonna get a little philosophical. The philosopher debacle. Yeah, sure. philosophical, in other words, simplified, proper terms. There's no doubt about that in my mind. I will be getting philosophical at some point during this playthrough. Because this is a very interesting game, to say the least. Oh. Oh, wait, Now, I have to be able to jam that one. Perfect. Don't know if that's what I was supposed to do, but I did it. So, if I was able to do it, it was meant to be done. And I guess we just jam that one and we're done.
Good.
What's this way?
You are learning, as is your purpose.
Oh.
But your choices must be your own. Therefore, I will not guide you.
Okay, sir.
Unless it is necessary.
No, don't you guide me at all. I want to do this myself. I already know that you are, at least in one way or another, a repeated pre-recorded message. Considering what happens if I go into the water. Traveling around the edge just to find secrets, by the way. This game is beautiful, though. I need one of these. Suicide mission. Where does... So that's... Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeezums. So that's what was meant by a suicide mission. Oh, that I thought would turn off the gate too. Apparently not. So why would I want to hit that button? Why would I ever want to hit that button then? Unless... Wait. Will they fight? Oh. My God. I did not expect that to actually work. Holy crap, that's awesome. I'm out! Alright, what's next? I've checked out that way. Let's just look at that sign there. Oh, there's only one left. Ooh! You're back on. Do you have another thing for me? Part 2. Begin? Yeah, sure. Question 1 of 7. Geez. Since a person is merely a problem-solving system, we could... Oh, part 2 is based on my answers to part 1? Could in principle build a person out of bits of string and tin cans? Ooh. No. See, this is why I didn't like any of those answers. There was... What makes a person isn't that it's a machine that just does something. Solves a problem. It's not just a human being, because a human being can still be a dead body of a human being. It's not a living person anymore. I don't remember what the other answers were, but none of them were really, in essence, what makes a person, and that's a very difficult thing to say. What makes someone who they are, what makes a person is experience, the capacity of knowledge and learning, the ability to mimic and alter according to its own situation. And it's like what the science fiction movies and stuff show to be, this evil AI that learns and can start taking over and stuff. That's where philosophy is strange, because we're working on making these systems that are as human can be without actually being human. And there becomes a gray area of, when does this machine become a person? That's what's going on behind the scenes in Fallout 4 with the synths, in Deus Ex with the people who are getting augmentations. There's so many parts of media, especially in video games, that touch on this and make you question what actually makes a person. And for the most part, they seem to be the games that give you a choice, an option, a question of morality. Do you believe that they're a person? Fight for them. Do you believe that they're just machines? Fight against them. That's why I don't like any of the answers that were possibly given. I'm going to disagree with this. A person is under no authority other than that to which they consent. Yes. And before someone goes and says, well, I'm not consenting to government, as a society, government exists because the people of the society have consensually agreed upon a ruling factor. You're born into it, yes. You grow up knowing that they're the ones in control of you, so to speak. But you can rebel. You can leave the society, go start something new away from them. You're not 100% absolutely, no matter what, bound to who you are in that system. You can start your own system or help change the system. It's something along the lines of, I think, the social agreement or something like that it's called. The quality of life of a person ought to be maximized. Here's another strange one, because the quality of life is, in layman's terms, the joy you get from what you do in your life and the pleasure you feel in life. And that's a big one with medicines and stuff, because doctors are meant more to, or at least classically, doctors are meant more to help improve your quality of life rather than heal you but make you suffer 1,000 times worse. And that's what some treatments nowadays, you suffer so much more for a possibility at a fantastic quality of life. Or you have the option to just have a fantastic quality of life and a shorter lifespan. And that should be your decision as to what you want to do with your life. But to say it ought to be maximized is tough, because some people, if you're maximizing their quality of life, you're minimizing the quality of life of somebody else entirely. And if everyone's quality of life were maximized, there would be a downfall that would make it so that no one's was. But if no one's isn't everyone's? Everyone's at the same point. Nobody will remember what it was like to be much better off after a generation or two. It's really difficult to answer these questions. I'm going to agree with this one, though. Value is discovered. No, I would say value is earned. Value is earned by what is done, whether it's a computer. If a computer is just like one of those kids' toys in the toy store that says the alphabet or something, you can get that for $20 because it doesn't have that much value. It doesn't do that much, so it can't earn that much. A computer like I'm using to play this game costs hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and it can do most things that everything I need. It has a huge value. It has earned that value. It's the same thing with a person. If a person just sits and does nothing, they're, to the rest of society, they don't really have much value. They're not inputting to society, so why should they get from society? That's my personal thinking, at least. So no, I think value is earned. Persons deserve the talents they're born into. Not always. You can be born with a talent that you don't want. And likewise, you can be born without a talent you want, and you can work towards getting that talent. You don't necessarily deserve what you are born with. And you can work towards being who you want to be. The liberty of persons ought to be maximized. Liberty. What really is liberty, though? You're not saying freedom. You're not saying that these people are able to go do absolutely anything they want. While liberty and freedom are synonymous, they're not the exact same. But I really don't know how to answer this one, because, again, similar to one of the prior questions, I don't remember which, but if there's too much liberty for absolutely everyone, that can be very destructive. But if there's not enough, that can also be very destructive. However, I am going to agree with this one, just like I did previously. Final question. Value is created. Okay. Value is not discovered. Value is earned, is what I said. But in my opinion, this is the same thing as saying value is earned. It is created. You create your own value, you earn your value, you create it by doing what you do. So yes, I agree with that. Thank you for participating. Whatever, I read that wrong. Receive notification when user private has been generated. Okay. And I already checked all that stuff. Okay. It's becoming a very long one, and I told you it would get philosophical. I can't even fucking say the word. I can't tell if this documents on the terminal are all that's left of the larger archive, or carefully designed to communicate some hidden truth. I feel the same way, buddy. Whoa. Whoa. What? No. What? Hello? What are you? What are you? I haven't been here before. What? Hello? Can I interact with you? Whoa. Are you just gonna restart? Or where was it? Here? Something? I am so, like... I don't even know. Oh boy. Okay, let's see. That one's gotten... That one's gotten... This one's not. I need to get this one. Okay. Let me get this one. Then I'll call it an end for the episode. The guards must be crazy. Oh, Jesus. And there's another one right there. Holy crap. Nope, I can't get that close. Got it. Noted. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. Holy crap. Nope, wait, wrong thing. Shit. Actually. Let's see if I can... Jesus. I thought I could be out of reach. I guess not. Damn it. Wait, do they follow you that far? Fuck. Yep, they follow you that far. Damn. Okay. How? The fuck? So don't step within the red. Basically, is my problem. Don't step within the red. Understood. Actually, jeez. I'm like all over the place right now. Okay. Oh. Okay. Cool. I got all of that one. I think that's everything on this island. But I feel like there's still secrets to find and behold, and I have to explore more. I don't care how long these episodes end up being. I want to do one island per episode, at least for now. But with this philosophical shit going on, it might take longer than that. Like, I might need to split it up more because it might just be too much. Ah, here we go. Here's something. Oh, hello. You're different. What do you say? You're not telling me what you say. Huh. Hello. Error log. Ooh, goody. More numbers. The day I oft remember when from sleep I first waked and found myself reposed under a shade on flowers, much wondering where and what I was, whence thither brought and how. Unknown error. By the way, if I am correct in my thought that this is some hexadecimal shit and it actually comes out to be something meaningful, I will put it in overlaid on top of whatever. I'll add it in somewhere just so you guys can see it. The human machine. One day you discover that you are not a human being but a machine. Your life so far was real. No one controlled you or programmed you to behave in some specific way. Your physical and mental capacities are identical to those of an organic human being, but you were created in a lab. No one except you knows about this. Your family, your friends, they all think that you're a regular human being like themselves. But you could continue to live your life the way you have before and nothing would change. How do you react? Pay specific attention to these questions. Does your concept of yourself change? Are you the same person you thought you were? Does your understanding of the world itself change? Do you reveal the information to the others, or do you keep it to yourself? Why? And 1,500 to 2,000 words. The 26th is the final deadline. No extensions will be granted. Submitted via email or more code. Ooh, those are some questions to think about. Damn. Arg solutions. Subject Garg. Well, all these people are driving me mad. All these calm people are driving me mad. They have all suddenly turned into Buddha or something. I didn't know the world had such reserves of serenity. These latter-day Gautamas are at least being somewhat realistic. You know what's even worse? Those paranoid nutters who are building bunkers and collecting guns. What are they gonna do? Shoot something? Task? I don't think that the end SS $$ thing means anything. Though I have to admit the overall response has been much better than I ever anticipated, to a point where I might be moved by the beauty of humanity if I wasn't such a grumpy old fart. This minority of total idiots is really messing up my final days. Anyway, the reason I'm writing is because I refuse to believe in scenarios with absolutely no solutions. If we all put our heads together, we can figure something out. It'll be crazy, but crazy is better than dead. Crazy is what we need to do, what we do best on this planet. Okay. Oh, hey, and they say Ian on them. I didn't realize that. Is that blood? It's not blood. No. Totally not blood. So, now, what is this?
When I was a little girl, one of our teachers, Mrs. Higgins, told us to make
Capsule
a time
1.
capsule, write letters to the future, so one day we could remember what it was like to be children. I thought it was stupid, so I didn't do it, which I really regret. So, I guess I'm gonna make one now. bury it in the archive instead of under a tree. I don't know if anybody will ever find it, but somehow it seems important to keep talking, to keep thinking, for as long as I can.
Because that's who you are as a person. Alright. That is the end of the second island. And in the next episode, I'll move on to the third, where we'll get something red, too. Actually, before I do that, I think I can put these in here now. Use. You can go there. You can go there. Ooh, no. Put you there. Put you there? Yeah, I got it. Okay. Huh. There's more. Okay. There's more above, I guess. Or below. I don't know. Anyway. If you enjoyed this video, and the last one, which I hope you didn't just jump to this one, but whatever. Well, anyway, whatever. I forgot what I was in the middle of saying. I hope you enjoyed this video. Gonna go straight into the next one again, because, again, loving this game so far. Yeah. So I'll see you there. Bye-bye.